And welcome, everyone, to a Big Ten Network chat. I'm Andy Katz, pleased to be joined by Rutgers Caleb McConnell, the reigning Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, back again. And Caleb, I remember talking to your parents, actually, at the Big Ten tournament, and we were talking about this possibility that you're going to go through the draft, but you know what? Good things could still happen if you return to Rutgers. I'm not saying I influenced the decision, but I did give my two cents on this. Now that you're there, you're back for another year. School has started, practice getting going here soon. How do you feel about your decision?
Man, I feel great, man. I feel great about my decision. This is always home for me, so it was kind of an easy decision for me, especially with all the things that weighed into it. So I was already welcome back, and man, I feel good, man. It feels good to be back here.
I mean, you had the senior outing, obviously, with Ron and Gio, and you knew there was a chance that you could still come back. But now you're in an even more of a leadership position. There's no question with Cliff and Paul, but you really are potentially the guy that a lot of people are going to look to for this Rutgers program. How do you shoulder that kind of responsibility?
Really, man, just continue to do the things that I've been doing here and even take it up another level. I've been here for the last 4 years, and the last 3 years we made the NCAA tournament. So as long as I'm giving off that energy and showing the younger guys and keep pushing Paul and Cliff, to get us back there a fourth time, I think that's more than enough, because I think the younger guys are looking at me and they see my energy and they'll just do it. So those are some of the things that I'm just trying to work on. And also, just being a leader, just being a better leader too, as well.
We saw in Dayton that you're not just a defender.
Right.
You scored well, and you have in the past. And so your role is going to change. I mean, we saw what you can do. So how do you take it to that next step consistency-wise to be a little bit more offensive? Because we know that you're going to be that stopper on the defensive side of the court.
Right, man. I feel like that's what this summer was for. I know going into this year, I knew, especially coming back, I knew I had to really fill in that role offensively and really show everyone what I could do offensively. And the things that you guys seen, those are all things that I could do. But just like you said, now it's just getting it more consistent on a every night basis. So that's what the summer was for. I had a really big summer, and I'm really excited to show everyone.
Look, I don't want to open an old wound, but
right,
that game was right there against Notre Dame. You played so well. It's in Ohio, where you're from. When you think back, because I really believe that you guys could have advanced a couple of rounds,
right,
if you'd been able to close it out. What do you think? I mean, it was, believe it or not, on the first couple of days of the tournament, it was one of the games of the tournament right off the bat, and it had staying power. What do you think when you think back to what that game was like? I know you didn't win, but just it was such an unbelievable watch.
Man, that game was so emotional for me, man. Especially coming back home and playing in Dayton. That's my home crowd. I grew up playing there. I played high school tournaments in that gym. I played a scrimmage in that gym. I did everything in high school in that gym. So it was so emotional for me, and it was also emotional because I'm playing with Gio and Ron for the last time. And that was our last game together. And that was probably one of the craziest games we ever played in, because the stakes were so high. Like I said, we didn't know if that was going to be our last game. We were trying to advance in the tournament. So that game was all types of emotional. It was just, it was everything. And but it was really cool I feel like to go out the way we did. Especially as a team, and then as far as my last game with Ron and Gio, because that was so special to me. I feel like playing my last game with those guys and just the way we went out, even though we couldn't get the job done, we still did our thing, and it was just crazy, man. I would love to go back and play in that game again, honestly.
Yeah, you guys left everything out there. Last couple of things for you, Caleb. First off, when Coach Peichel and the staff say, okay, this is, you name a team, this is their best player, especially their best guard. Caleb, you got him. How do you take that assignment, that study in advance, and translate it into stopping that player?
Oh man, it's a whole lot that goes into it, man. I feel like I guarded. It was so many guys we had last year in the Big Ten that were just phenomenal. A lot of draft picks, a lot of guys that ended up getting picked up. I think I was just looking back at it the other day, man. I think I probably guarded like 10 NBA guys on every night, you know, on the best teams in the Big Ten last year. And but what goes into that, man, is just a lot of studying, a lot of film, a lot of breaking down what the guy does. And I just try to go out there and do my best, man. And I go out there and play my game.
Well, you do a great job, obviously, of taking away their best attribute. All right, lastly, you know, I've been the bus driver, you know, not literally, but figuratively.
Yeah.
I'm believing in this group again. I think there's no reason why this group cannot challenge to be in that top 4 or 5 in the Big Ten again. And you do that, of course, you're going to get into the NCAA tournament. You guys got the double bye last year. You know, did a tremendous job finishing 4th. So how do you do that again with that core group that I mentioned at the top, you know, with you, Cliff, and Paul, and there are other pieces, but how do you duplicate and get in that position again? Maybe not same position where you got to win all those games at the end, do a little bit of job in November, December, but how do you get this team in position for that?
Man, it really just comes down to getting better every single day, man. Just like last year, we had some humps and we had some slow starts, and then we had some up and downs. But that's where I'm trying to get this team at now. And I feel like the leaders of this team, me, Paul, Cliff, you know, we're trying to get this team to where it's just steady increasing, you know, instead of up and down, and a little bit more being consistent. Me, Paul, and Cliff, we know exactly what it takes to get there, and we know how hard it is. So as long as we keep getting better every day, then I think it should be no problem, man. We should be able to win the Big Ten. We should be able to get to the NCAA tournament. We should be able to, you know, do all these things that we wish that, I mean, all the things that we vision ourselves doing. But it's like I said, it's all about, you know, just increasingly getting better every day.
All right, you got to give me at least a sneak peek. Give me 1 or 2 players. No one's going to be offended if you leave them out, but just someone we're going to be watching this season that maybe we're not thinking about.
Oh, we're going to have an awesome team, man. You guys need to be looking out. Watt Mag has a special breakout year. I'm talking about a special one. Cam Spencer, the transfer we just had, and all the younger guys are ready, man. They're hungry. This is probably the most skilled young group we had come in. So I'm really excited to play with them, man. It's going to be a different dynamic, but I'm really excited to play with these guys.
Appreciate it, Caleb. Can't wait.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you.